and reheating leftovers can save time, reduce waste, and make life easier. But did you know some reheated foods can actually boost your health, while others can quietly put you at risk? As we age, our digestive system, immune response, and even nutrient absorption all slow down. That means how we handle food matters more than ever. Some foods become healthier when you reheat them. Others, they can turn dangerous. Here's a quick guide to 3 foods that are safe and even beneficial to reheat, followed by 3 common foods you should never reheat, especially if you're over 60. 3 foods you should reheat: tomatoes and tomato-based dishes. That leftover pasta sauce or tomato soup isn't just a convenient meal, it's also doing something good for your body. While it might seem like reheating food is just about saving time, in this case, it's actually boosting the nutritional value. Tomatoes are packed with lycopene, a naturally occurring antioxidant that becomes more available to your body when cooked or reheated. So instead of losing nutrients, warming up that tomato-based dish can actually make it more beneficial. Lycopene has been linked to a range of health benefits, especially when it comes to protecting the heart. It's been shown to help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, reduce blood pressure, and even support prostate health in older men. Reheating tomatoes, particularly with a little healthy fat like olive oil, helps your body absorb more of this antioxidant. That simple act of warming up leftovers might be helping your body fight off oxidative stress, which becomes increasingly important with age. For seniors, the advantages go beyond just heart health. Lycopene also has anti-inflammatory properties, which can ease joint pain and support overall cellular health. As inflammation plays a role in many chronic diseases, including arthritis and even memory decline, that reheated bowl of soup or pasta sauce might be quietly doing more than just filling you up. It's supporting your body where it needs it most. Cooked mushrooms. Fresh mushrooms can be a bit tricky when it comes to reheating, especially if they've only been partially cooked or left sitting out too long. That's because mushrooms have a high water content and a delicate protein structure that can spoil quickly if not handled correctly. However, once mushrooms have been fully cooked and stored properly in the refrigerator, they're completely safe to reheat, and doing so can actually enhance their nutritional benefits. Reheated cooked mushrooms, especially those found in soups, stir-fries, or casseroles, retain and even release more of their valuable nutrients when warmed again. Mushrooms are a great source of B vitamins like riboflavin and niacin, which help maintain brain health and nerve function. They're also rich in potassium, which supports healthy blood pressure, and antioxidants that help reduce oxidative stress. These nutrients become more accessible when mushrooms are reheated, giving seniors an extra boost in fighting age-related inflammation and maintaining energy levels. The key to reheating mushrooms safely lies in proper storage and reheating practices. Make sure any cooked mushrooms have been refrigerated within 2 hours of cooking and kept at a safe temperature. When it's time to reheat, do so until they're steaming hot throughout, especially if you're using the microwave, which can heat unevenly. Taking this extra care means you can enjoy the savory flavor and the health perks of mushrooms without worry. Beans and lentils. Beans and lentils are nutritional powerhouses, offering a rich supply of plant-based protein, fiber, and essential minerals like iron and magnesium. But one of their most underrated benefits comes from a unique carbohydrate they contain: resistant starch. This type of starch isn't fully broken down during digestion, and instead serves as food for the good bacteria in your gut. It helps improve gut health, reduce inflammation, and promote more stable energy levels throughout the day. Interestingly, when beans and lentils are cooked and then cooled, like in a batch of chili or lentil soup that's been stored in the fridge, the amount of resistant starch actually increases. Reheating these leftovers doesn't undo that benefit. In fact, studies show that the resistant starch remains stable after reheating, allowing seniors to enjoy improved blood sugar control, better digestion, and a feeling of fullness that may help with weight management. It's a simple way to make each serving go even further nutritionally without changing your diet much at all. Another plus, warm beans and lentils are much easier on the digestive system than cold ones, especially for older adults who may have slower digestion or are more prone to bloating. The reheating process breaks down some of the tougher fibers and starches, making these foods more comfortable to eat while still providing all their benefits. So go ahead and enjoy that leftover stew or soup. It's doing your gut and your whole body a favor. 3 foods you should never reheat. Now for the risky ones, foods that become potentially harmful when reheated. These are especially important to avoid if you're over 60, when your immune system is more vulnerable to foodborne illness and your body's ability to detoxify harmful compounds is reduced. Chicken, especially in the microwave. Chicken is one of the most protein-rich foods out there, making it a popular choice for leftovers. But when it comes to reheating, it requires extra caution. That's because cooked chicken, especially when stored improperly or reheated the wrong way, can become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria like Salmonella or Campylobacter. These bacteria can linger if the chicken isn't heated thoroughly all the way through, posing a serious risk, especially for seniors with weakened immune systems. The biggest issue lies with how unevenly microwaves heat food. Even if the outer parts feel hot, the inside, especially thicker cuts or areas near the bone, may remain lukewarm or even cold. This creates pockets where bacteria can survive and multiply. Reheating chicken in a microwave can give a false sense of safety, while the reality is that undercooked spots may still be unsafe to eat. Older adults, who may already be more vulnerable to foodborne illnesses, should be extra mindful of this risk. Aside from safety, there's also the matter of digestion. Reheated chicken tends to become tougher and drier, which can make it harder to chew and digest, especially for seniors with slower digestive systems or dental issues. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, or even nausea in sensitive individuals. If you're going to reheat chicken, it's safer to do so slowly and evenly on the stovetop or in the oven. It takes a bit more time, but it's a smarter, safer way to enjoy those leftovers without the risks. Spinach is one of the most nutrient-dense vegetables out there, packed with iron, folate, magnesium, and nitrates that support everything from energy production to heart health. Its vibrant green leaves make it a favorite in salads, soups, omelets, and more. But when it comes to leftovers, spinach can become a bit of a health hazard, especially if you're in the habit of reheating it. That's because while nitrates are beneficial in their natural form, they can turn into something more dangerous when exposed to high heat a second time. When spinach is reheated, particularly in the microwave, the nitrates it contains can convert into nitrites and then into nitrosamines. These compounds have been linked in some studies to an increased risk of cancer, especially when consumed repeatedly over time. While this risk might be minimal for younger individuals with strong detox systems, older adults tend to process toxins more slowly. That means any buildup from repeatedly reheated nitrate-rich foods can place an added burden on the liver and digestive system, potentially raising long-term health concerns. To get the most out of spinach without the risk, it's best enjoyed fresh or cooked only once. If you've already sautéed or steamed spinach, store any leftovers properly and try using them cold instead of reheating. Toss chilled cooked spinach into a smoothie for an extra nutrient boost, or layer it into a sandwich or wrap. This way, you still benefit from all those vitamins and minerals, without the added worry of harmful chemical changes from reheating. Rice. That's been left out too long. Rice is a staple in many homes. Easy to cook, budget-friendly, and versatile enough for everything from stir-fries to stews. But while it may seem harmless, rice can actually be one of the riskiest foods to reheat if not handled carefully. The issue isn't just about taste or texture, it's about food safety. Once rice is cooked and begins to cool, it can become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria, particularly Bacillus cereus, which can survive the initial cooking process. If rice is left out at room temperature for too long, these bacteria can multiply quickly and produce toxins that aren't destroyed by reheating. That means even if you warm it up and it looks and smells fine, it might still cause food poisoning. Symptoms like vomiting, nausea, and diarrhea can appear in just a few hours after eating spoiled rice, something older adults with more sensitive digestive systems should be especially cautious about. Unlike some other foods where spoilage is obvious, contaminated rice may look perfectly normal, making it even more deceptive. To stay safe, rice should always be cooled quickly and placed in the refrigerator within 1 hour of cooking. When you're ready to eat leftovers, make sure to reheat it thoroughly until it's steaming hot all the way through, preferably on the stove or in a microwave-safe dish with a cover to distribute the heat evenly. Avoid reheating rice more than once, and if in doubt, it's better to toss it than take the risk. Final thoughts. Safe reheating can support Healthy aging. Reheating food isn't just about making meals more convenient. It's a real health concern, especially for seniors. As we age, digestion becomes slower, the immune system isn't as strong, and the body has a harder time dealing with foodborne bacteria or poorly reheated meals. But the good news is, with a little awareness, leftovers can still be both safe and surprisingly good for you. Some foods are actually healthier the second time around. Tomato-based dishes like pasta sauce or soup become richer in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant that supports heart health when reheated, especially with a bit of olive oil. Cooked mushrooms are also worth a warm-up. They release more antioxidants, B vitamins, and potassium after reheating, which help with brain function and inflammation. And don't overlook beans and lentils. Once cooled and reheated, their resistant starch content rises, which helps improve digestion, regulate blood sugar, and keep your gut bacteria happy. On the other hand, a few leftovers are better skipped. Chicken, especially when microwaved, can heat unevenly and leave behind harmful bacteria. Spinach is rich in nutrients, but contains nitrates that can turn toxic when reheated, posing a risk for older adults. And rice, if not stored and reheated properly, can harbor bacteria that cause serious digestive upset. When it comes to reheating, the key is knowing which foods stay safe, and which ones are better left cold or tossed. Remember, not all leftovers are created equal, but with the right know-how, they can be your secret weapon for better health. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more smart senior living tips, and don't forget to share this with a friend who loves reheating everything. Stay safe, stay sharp, and we'll see you in the next one.